Come on now. This is the New York Hardcore Chronicles live, and this is our first Side Trips episode. Very excited about today's show. Really, I am. I'm really looking forward to talking music with our guests and getting into it. You know what I'm saying? Really excited about it. Hey, we got a new mayor in New York, huh? Meet the new boss. Just the same as the old boss. Yeah, this city really needs some help right about now. Eric Adams is coming in, and leave it to the New York Post. And good riddance to this guy. New York Post shows no mercy. But yeah, got a new mayor here. Hopefully, we could turn things around a little bit, because this city's. Will this guy fix the streets? Do you mean literally fix the streets, like the potholes, or you mean like fix the streets like Robert De Niro in Taxi Driver? Like, you know, not sure. Drew Stone for mayor. Listen, I run on the platform of I run on the rock and roll platform. Oh, the potholes. Nah, they won't fix those. Let's not get crazy now. You know, listen, I'd run for mayor, but they would just dig up all my sordid past. I'd never get. If Curtis Sliwa can't get elected, I'm not getting elected. You know. That said, we keep it moving. Keep it moving and schmoving. Let's bring the hardcore shutterbug on. Let's get right into it. Huh? What much respects to the Post, Belmont running. I was at Aqueduct yesterday. Yep, that's right. Here we go. What's up with this guy? Hey.
What's up? What's up?
Hey, there's a new mayor. Not that you care. You live on Long Island.
You know, Eric Adams. I'm like, why is that name familiar to me? The only Eric Adams I knew, it's the singer from your favorite band, Manowar.
Manowar.
I was like, he's mayor? Now it's getting interesting.
Let's not go down the Manowar.
Exactly. Man.
Wait, you know what? I think we might have to go down the Manowar rabbit hole for a second. Where are my Manowar pictures? Hold on.
Oh, my God.
Let me see.
Eric Adams for mayor.
I can never find them. Manowar. I have all these great pictures from when we were on the road, and we did this festival in France with Manowar. Manowar?
Man-O.
Yeah, but I spell it wrong, so.
Oh.
Damn, I can never find him in the.
You should always have Manowar pictures on
hand.
I've
looked for them before on the show, and it's always have a hard time finding them. Hold on, let me see. Maybe I'll get lucky here. They're so funny.
Was that with Biohazard?
Yeah, we were playing some festival in France,
and
Manowar was on the bill, and we were like, "Whoa," you know. Bingo.
We
you ready?
Achieved Manowar.
Here is me, some of the Biohazard guys, and the Manowar guys in France. Boom.
Oh, look at that. There you go.
There I am on the right. Yep.
Yeah, there's Eric Adams right there.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Your mayor right there.
That's the new mayor in New York, the dude from Manowar. You know what? That's cool.
Mayor of metal.
What is it? What's the hammer sign?
Oh, is it like Matt Gray? Matt Gray is a Manowar guy. I got pictures of him like that.
Matt Gray's like a Manowar fanatic.
Hey, you know, I got a shout out.
Wait. Yo, here's a picture I shot from the stage at that show. Here is this is the dude right here. This guy right here, bro. What do you know
Joey
about
DeMaio.
that, man? Woohoo! Joey DeMaio. Yep.
Oh my God, I remember seeing them at Sundance, Manowar and Motorhead.
Yes, New York is finally true metal because
that's it.
Because the singer, is he the singer?
No, he's the bass player, DeMaio.
The
Eric
bass player
Adams is
for
the singer.
Manowar is now the mayor of New York.
Yeah, no, Eric
Metal-
Adams is
Metal-
the singer from Manowar. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
I
okay.
got to give a shout out. The new Down for Life magazine, the
Ah,
current issue. Lots of New York Hardcore Chronicles in here.
is that right?
First and foremost, last page,
Nice.
Drew Stone interview. Not going to tell you what it says. And a very cool Tompkins Square Park review.
Right.
Although
there
I do have to
pictures?
say they did not they took the capturers out of it. I don't know why. I guess because they're more like a reggae kind of thing.
You're not hard enough, bro.
But they took the captures out. But it is not only is it my photos, but it's my actual review of the show. So
Chad wrote that.
the
Oh yeah, Chad did the interview with me.
oh, that's cool.
All right.
But very
Thanks,
cool.
bro.
It's a beautiful magazine.
Yeah. All right, let's do photo of the day. Wrong answers only, please. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, photo of the day. Boom. What do we got here? Yep. Oh, there's Matt Gray. Matt Gray, we were just talking. Yo, Matt, we were just talking about Manowar, bro.
We conjured him.
Yeah. Somebody said, hey. All right, photo of the day. What do we got? Wrong answers only, please. Wrong answers, not right answers.
This could
No
go
one-
in many directions.
Is it Matt? Is it hunting moose in Canada? Is it good one? Is it Manowar?
Yeah.
Is it Duran Duran? That's good. Good answer. Is it Kiss? Kind of, but not really.
Huh.
Is it Kiss? Is it Confused Kiss? Is it my ex-wife? Is it Captain and Tennille? Is it Dick Dale? Where'd you get that? Where'd you pull that one out of? Jeez, look at the cod piece he's wearing, huh?
He it looks like there's multiple there's a lot going on there.
Yeah, it looks like he has multiple appendages.
And teeth.
Is it the Misfits? Is it Ron Jeremy? Oh, hold on. You sent me a couple of these, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Let me see what else. Let me get past the Manowar pictures. Manowar, Manowar. All right, here's another one. Now this dude I recognize. He's been around for a minute. Is it Menudo? Is it King Diamond? Is it Gigi? Is it Kid? Good one. Good one, Danny. I'll give it up. Is it Kid Creole and the Coconuts? Right. You're the one that introduced me to Danny, right?
Yeah, yeah, actually.
Right?
Oh, what the heck? Oh. Yeah. Well, wait, which Danny is that?
Is this their manager, Danny Cavazzi?
No, Danny Stanton is their manager.
Oh, sorry, Danny. All right, one more. One more. Right answers only, please. Let's try some right answers for a change, you bums.
I love the colors on this one.
Is it Curtis Sliwa? Is it the troll from Legend? Oh, this is a winner. Is it the last tour of the Grateful Dead when Jerry was alive? I saw that tour. It was sad, man. Is it Gwar? Is it Gwar? Is it Gwar? Is it friggin' Gwar, man? All right. Is it
It
Gwar?
is friggin' Gwar, man.
All right. Let's hear about it.
Well, come on now. We all know this is an unavoidable one. This is Gwar. And this was the anniversary. I believe it's the Scum Dogs of the Universe anniversary this year. 30 years. And this was Irving Plaza just the other day with Gwar, Napalm Death, and I Hate God. This was a really, really fun show. And me and Larry Kelly went in for this one and hung around with Mike from I Hate God beforehand. And as you can imagine, being in the photo pit for Gwar can be hazardous. And some of the photographers actually busted out raincoats and covered their shit up in plastic. But I went in commando for this one, and I think that says it all. That's Tamiko. It's another photographer who's awesome. She was in there.
I can only imagine what they use for blood too.
You know what? I got to tell you something. I sent you a picture.
Wait, I got it.
Of my jacket.
Of your jacket. Yeah, and tell me this washed out.
It washed out perfectly.
Really?
I look like I killed somebody's family in that picture.
Yeah, you look like, what's his name? Speaking of Taxi Driver, you look like Robert De Niro at the end of Taxi Driver.
I was half hoping that it wouldn't wash out. But whatever they've done,
why? So you can walk around the city looking like you just killed somebody?
That's just another day, I mean, but no, it washed out. I just took it out of the wash, and but it was such a blast. I mean, this band has been around forever now. I mean,
yeah,
we they and that's also the first time I saw that singer. Because when Oderus Urungus died, Dave Brockie, they had a girl singer, which I didn't get to see, and then they replaced it with this guy with the antlers.
Well, I remember they were managed by Jack Flanagan, who was in the Mob.
Oh, of course, of course.
I remember them going back a long time. And what's his name? Chris Contos, the drummer for Machine Head, or sometime drummer for Machine Head. He was one of the original Gwar maggots. Him and his wife. Like when they used to do, I saw them once. They put him through like this meat grinder, and they come out and they're like,
"Oh, that's so funny."
It's like they were so into it. They were so into being Gwar. Oh, did they sacrifice your goat?
Oh my God, they cut off numerous heads. They were.
Oh, okay. In 1992, I saw Gwar put Jimmy G in the meat grinder at the Ritz. So yeah, they used to do this meat grinder thing. Yeah.
It's cool. In 1994, Serial Poets opened up for Gwar at the Roxy Music Hall.
Frank Cariola's Roxy.
Frank Cariola, and it was in fact
it was Bayshore?
Yep. No. Huntington. It was
Huntington, right?
It was Serial Poets, Bile, the Skate Nigs, and Gwar.
Oh, Jesus!
That was our fifth show.
Right on. Hey, well done, young man. If you're around, come on later, and you could talk Long Island with our guests.
Absolutely.
All right, I'll see you in a bit. Well, there you have it. This is the New York Hardcore Chronicles live, and we are sponsored by not your stepping stone. New York Hardcore Comics, The Organic Grill, Chain Reaction Records and Skateboards, DTFM Vinyl Distro, Chachos Tacos, Generation Records, and the Texas Silver Rush. It's a jewelry design firm and boutique store located in the birthplace of the Texas country music scene in Fredericksburg, Texas. Goddamn electric. They specialize in working with musicians in all music genres to design and create unique one-off pieces, as well as style them for stage, album covers, promo photos, and social media exposure. Their client list includes Rock Roll Hall of Famers Greg Role, Ringo Starr, and of course, Agnostic Front. Of course. During this current never-ending pandemic, all information and online sales are being taken at their Facebook and Instagram pages, and of course at www.thetexassilverrush.com. Come on now, Chain Reaction Records and Skateboards, located in Lakewood, Colorado, is the Rocky Mountain headquarters for all things punk, hardcore, and metal. Established in 2014, they have the largest selection of records, CDs, shirts, stickers, patches, and accessories between Chicago and LA. From the pit to the ditch, they got your back. Get in touch with them at www.chainreactionrecords.com. That said, what the heck? Let's clear the deck. Let's bring our guests on. Very excited. Let me move all this stuff. Let me move it on down the line. There you go. So here we go. Hopefully I don't mess this up. All right. Today's guests. are a hard rock and roll band hailing from Long Island, New York. Their youthful vigor and infectious passion for their music is a breath of fresh air in the stagnant world that is now all but void of young rock and roll bands. I am excited and honored to have on our first Side Trip show with over 3 million followers on TikTok. Go figure, huh? Adam and the Metal Hawks. Mr. Hold on, I'm going to get this right, I swear to God. Mr. Adam Ezegalen. Ryan
What's going
DeBursa.
Hey.
Alex Hertler.
Yo,
and,
what's up?
And John Barry.
What's going on?
How are you, Johnny?
Doing good.
Good. What's happening, fellas? And thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Our pleasure.
Yeah, I'll try to sort out the flow to the best of my abilities here. It always gets crazy when you have like a bunch of people on the show at once. But I gotta say, like, I love your band, bro. I jock your band. I really, really love your band. And I got to tell you, the story is that Steven, that was on a little bit before, Steven Messina, introduced me to your manager. And because I was thinking about getting Dee Schneider on the show, right? So he connects me, with your manager, and we start talking. And yeah, he goes, by the way, I manage these other two bands also. So I look at the first band. I'm like, okay, they're cool. I look at the second band. It's like you guys, and I watch a couple of videos. I get back to him and go, yo, whatever with Dee Schneider. I want these guys on my show. These guys I'm feeling, man. And I just love what you're doing. I really do. It's so great to just see some young guys playing some real great rock and roll. It's really, really made me feel good. So
thank you. We appreciate that. We're big fans of rock all growing up. So we're just trying to bring that classic rock feeling back, the fun of rock.
And I think you are, man. And that's one thing. It's really infectious that comes across with your music. It's just it made me feel good. It really did. And also I think for me, when I hear you guys, I hear your influences, and it comes through, and it really speaks to me. I hear Guns N' Roses. I hear Van Halen. I hear AC/DC. I hear and I don't even know, and I hear like the Bullet Boys, and I hear like stuff from that era that I love. So it speaks to me, on that level. Like there's another band that I felt like a band, Avenged Sevenfold. You know this band? Yeah,
I love them.
Yeah, I love Avenged Sevenfold, and I hear when I hear that band, I hear their influences. But let's get cracking. Let's talk about how you came up, and we'll start with you, Adam. How did you come up? Did you grow up in a musical household? And how did music come into your life?
So yeah, I mean, I've been singing for as long as I can remember, really, and I started actually with musical theater. My mom was a big fan of like Phantom of the Opera and Les Miserables, and all the classic musicals. And so in the car, she would sing along, I would sing along, and so music was always kind of been a part of my life. And so when I got to middle school, high school, I started doing like the school play. And around the same time, a little game called Guitar Hero came out, Rock Band, and kind of just exposed me to a lot of rock and roll. We were like a Disney family growing up too. So my favorite thing was always Rock and Roller Coaster with Aerosmith, just like Steven Tyler yelling in your ears on a roller coaster. So definitely always been kind of infatuated with rock as a genre. It's just like so fun, so much energy. And so when it came to American Idol, I was like, well, I can't do show tunes on American Idol. So I pulled out the rock, and the rest is history. Now I'm just in love.
And you went on American Idol, season 14, right? And
Something like that, yeah.
I saw the clip of you singing "I Want to Rock," the Twisted Sister song. And
Yeah.
yo, you brought it, man, and they felt it. It was cool.
Yeah, it was cool. It was a lot of fun.
So, and I could relate as a kid that grew up doing, some theater and stuff. I grew up in a theater and film household. I went to Emerson College to study acting, and then I sort of, got sidetracked into music and all that. But acting was my first love, and theater and stuff like that. So yeah, I could relate to that. And then I fell in with rock music. So yeah, there you go. At what point did you sort of say, like, wow, I can sing this kind of stuff. I can hit these notes.
So I've actually been playing with a cover band kind of locally, just a bunch of dads from around the neighborhood that are just loving rock, and they kind of had a band already just kind of to play for fun. And so I jumped on with a couple songs, and I've been playing with them now for maybe like 3 or 4 years. They're called The Influence. And they would kind of pull out a song like, oh, this would be great for Adam. Like, oh, this song would be great. And kind of expanded my rock palette from there. So I was kind of exposed to a lot of music through them as well. And just there are so many classic rock songs out there. And maybe you've never heard it before, but as soon as it comes on, you're just in that groove again, and that's like what's so powerful about rock.
Absolutely. How old are you?
So I'm 27.
So you're I'm assuming you're the elder of this.
Yes,
of this
I'm the
band.
grandpa of the group.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Whoa, it's a heavy cross to bear.
That's
So-
all right. I got to keep them in line a little bit.
Yeah. No, it's great. You fell in with some great guys, man. That's awesome. Ryan, how about you? Did you grow up in a musical household? How did you get exposed to this?
Oh yeah, I've had rock music pretty much indoctrinated in my life since I was a baby. Like my dad actually sang in bands in the 80s and 90s, like local bands. And actually, when my mom was pregnant with me, she would put Led Zeppelin up to her belly and just play that for me when she was still pregnant with me. And in fact, I think there was some home video of me when I was still an infant and just sleeping in my crib, and my dad has Poison blasting on the stereo. So it's definitely been in my life for a really, really long time. But I mean, I started out on drums when I was about 3 years old. My aunt got me a drum set for Christmas. Then around 10 years old, I kind of moved on to guitar. Singing, I kind of got into in my teens because my friend wanted to sing too, and we had a very similar taste in music. And that's why I met Johnny. Actually, was through our school talent show. I was singing with my friend.
And what school was that?
That was Plain Edge Middle School at the time. Johnny and I both went to Plain Edge High School. But at our middle school talent show, I was singing with my friend, and Johnny was in this little band of 12-year-olds called Metal Hawks. So the history is kind of in the name with Adam and the Metal Hawks. So their singer quit. Their old singer quit not long after the show, and I think the old drummer's brother literally tracked me down to get me to audition for this band. I did, and that was really about it.
But when you auditioned, were you playing guitar or bass?
No, I was singing.
You were just straight singing, not playing an instrument?
Yeah, just straight singing. We didn't even have a bass player. I mean, I did have one friend from school fill in a little bit on bass, but he wasn't around for that long.
I bet, and then eventually you were singing initially, and then Adam came into the band, right?
Yes, I was. I was playing bass and singing at the time because we could never find a good bass player. So at some point, I just said, F it, I'm just gonna play bass, And then Adam came into the picture because we were playing at this local venue in Long Beach, New York, called the Half Moon Cafe. Now it's called Shore House, but it used to be called Half Moon. And this guy Rich used to come see us all the time because he was part of like that little Long Beach music scene, and we would open up for my dad's band. Shout out to Band Angel. That's a cover band of his, but we would always open up for them. And this guy Rich would see us all the time. So on the other side of the spectrum, Adam was working on a solo project with this other guy, Peter. They'd written a bunch of songs, and Rich was like, "Hey, I know this young band. They're kids, but they're awesome. They're called Metal Hawks. Why don't we bring Adam? Why don't we get a rehearsal with Adam and the Metal Hawks and see how it comes out?" And it wasn't even a solo project anymore. It just became a totally new band. And I'm not gonna lie, it was a little bit of a hurt to my ego to be replaced as a front man. But when he started singing, I was like, F this, I don't want to sing anymore. this guy's better than me. You know?
Yeah.
But
Listen, you know,
it was fun while it lasted.
yeah, right. But I did notice doing my homework, I see you singing on some stuff, like singing back, and I was like,
Yeah.
wow, I was like, wow, he's got a good voice, this guy. So you're still in the mix, and for the discerning ears out there, you know, I picked right up, like, wow, this guy could sing too. What's up? You know?
Yeah.
So I did pick up on that, doing my homework. What as a bass player, who influenced you? Who are your big influences as far as playing bass goes?
Oh, Geddy Lee was definitely number one for me. Yeah, we were talking Rush before the show.
Yeah.
I mean, Cliff Burton from Metallica has been another huge one. We used to do for When the Bell Tolls. I did the whole like bass solo and everything. It was awesome. And since I started doing bass and backups, Michael Anthony, because he's like that. What do you call it? I'm having an aneurysm over here.
Well, he hits those.
He was the secret weapon with the
absolutely
and everything. It's like a David Lee Roth, Michael Anthony, John Bon Jovi, Richie Sambora sort of thing. I love having that dynamic with Adam.
No disrespect to Wolfgang Van Halen, but when they came back around and Michael Anthony wasn't playing with them, it was a little something missing. Michael Anthony was like a real, like you said, secret weapon, a real kind of big part, a big part of that band. I thought so. Geddy Lee. Anybody else?
Maybe just to throw one more name in there. Maybe Steve Harris.
You mentioned Cliff Burton.
Yeah, Cliff Burton we mentioned. Yeah. But those are my three guys.
Did you say Steve Harris?
Yeah, I just dropped his name just for an extra one. But those are really my three guys.
You play with your fingers, right?
Yeah, fingers. I don't do the pick thing.
Steve Harris, bro. Yep.
Yeah. Two fingers. Yeah, but those are my guys: Geddy Lee, Michael Anthony, Cliff Burton.
Right on. Cool. How about you, Alex? How'd you come up? Did you grow up in a musical household? How did music enter your life?
Yeah, I definitely grew up in a musical household. I mean, music has been around my family my whole life. My dad was in the music scene. He went pretty far with it. And, he was always playing acoustic guitar by the fireplace, hanging out. And at 2 years old, I grabbed the pots and pans, got wrapped up some chopsticks, and I started beating away on it. So honestly, yeah, it's honestly been in my house, for a really long time. And since then, I really just I picked it up with school. I did the school marching band, school jazz band, NYSMA, so I'm very schooled kind of guy. I always play with the metronome. That's just me, I feel like it just, keeps the band tight, keeps everybody tight.
Do you play to a click when you play live?
Yeah, of course.
You do? Do you wear headphones?
Yeah, I mean, that's why actually you always see me with those big bulky headphones. I'm wearing listening to a click. Yeah.
Wow.
That's going through my phone. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that revolutionized my whole playing, because ever since then, honestly, it just puts more confidence into my playing. I know I could do whatever crazy fill I want, and I know I'm right on the meter with anything that's going on, just because I have that constant consciousness of, just a click going in the back of my head, which is great. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But I mean,
go ahead.
It's definitely been in my house for a really long time. I mean, I just grew up with it. My dad just playing acoustic guitar, all of that. Definitely.
And how'd you connect with these guys?
So my dad and Johnny's dad at our old music school, when I used to take private lessons at, I was like a little pipsqueak. I was like 12 years old or something, or maybe 14. I don't know. Maybe not that young, but they met and we were just sitting by the couch, and, Johnny's dad was like, oh, Johnny's got this band. You got to check it out. And, ever since then, we just hit it off. And I was actually in another band at that time. I was in a punk band, because before all of this, I was actually a punk drummer. I was actually, I actually was at first, I was a little shaky on this. I'm like, I hate rock and roll. I'm a punk guy. I'm Travis Barker. I like, I like all those fast kind of fills. So honestly, joining this band, it wasn't as much as an ego hit, but it was definitely a different feeling for everything. I mean, it's a whole different feel of drums. But, as time went on, I started to incorporate, my punk fills into rock and roll, which kind of almost gave it a new genre in a way. I mean, Backwards is very I wouldn't say that's a classic rock and roll song. I would say there's a lot of punk there that, that's influenced in that drum beat. There's a lot of rim shots, a lot of offbeat kind of thing. And then, I kind of incorporated my love for double bass and punk drumming, and just I feel like it's awesome. I mean, it's kind of
Who
crazy.
are your big drum influences?
So I started out with Travis Barker. I would say that's really who just like I initially draw to. I mean, this guy's like a superstar now. He's who's he dating? Like the Kardashians or something?
I think so,
I
right?
think
Yeah, he's
I think
actually
Chloe.
married, engaged to her, which is awesome. But
It's all
and then
downhill from here.
yeah, right. But so yeah. But ever since then, like as I started, like my taste started to mature. Then I started really liking Avenged Sevenfold, which drew me to Mike Portnoy. I mean, ever
Yeah.
since Mike Portnoy, I saw him live. I
Yeah,
saw him
yeah,
with the
he's
Neil
great.
Morse band, and like I'm like, dude, his live playing is just as good as a recording. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
it's insane. He's super tight.
Yeah.
And honestly, he's honestly the one who got me into double bass, because I was just like, try it out. Got it for my birthday. And at first it was hard, but now it's just like, if I don't have my double bass, I feel naked on stage. That's how it goes.
Yeah, he's got good feet, man.
Yeah, no, honestly,
yeah.
good feet is good drumming. Honestly,
Yeah,
I
for
mean,
sure.
it's a foundation of it. It really is a foundation.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, cool, Johnny. Which brings us to you, man. How did you come up? Did you grow up in a musical household, and who were your early influences?
Yeah. So I have similar stories. My dad was a huge classic rock fan. Ever since day one, I've been having Van Halen, Ozzy Osbourne pumped through me. And similar to Adam, I started playing Guitar Hero, and that's really where it started for me. And I got addicted to the game, and I wanted to pick up a real guitar. So I think it was for my communion. I got a real guitar, and ever since then, I've been playing.
That's amazing. It's amazing that and awesome that something like Guitar Player, would I mean, isn't that the great hope that someone's going to pick up Guitar Player, Guitar Hero, and like go, you know what? I wanna get a real guitar. I really wanna, learn to do this. I mean, that's awesome, because, for a while there, it was a little bizarre with Guitar Hero and everybody playing. And hey, what about like really playing an instrument?
Yeah.
And that whole part. But I think that's great though. Who are your guitar influences?
My number one is Eddie Van Halen. I
You
mean,
think?
yeah, he inspired millions of people to pick up the guitar, including
Yeah.
me. But I also like some of the new guitarists like Jay Kiska, Greta Van Fleet.
Nice.
If you never heard of them, yeah, you should definitely check
Yes,
them
of
out.
course,
I love
man,
that
of course.
band.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, we can go on for ages here. I like Angus Young.
Yeah,
AC/DC,
no,
that's also
let's
another one.
hear a couple. I'm real interested in what, and how old are you?
18.
At 18, I'm real interested
Mhm.
in who inspired you.
Yeah. Jimmy Page, another big one.
Come on now. That's what I'm talking about.
Dirty Honey, that's another new band that's coming up. Their guitarist John in that band, also called My Name. That's another band you should check out. But yeah, I like the newer stuff.
I'm a big Led Zeppelin, fan. I loved Led Zeppelin when I was your age. I was, growing up in New York City. Led Zeppelin is a bit. I still love Led Zeppelin, man. I love Led Zeppelin. I still could. They're the gift. That's the gift that Houses of the Holy is the gift that keeps giving, man. I love that record, man.
For
Yeah,
sure.
that really. I grew up, I grew up on that stuff. Johnny, how about Slash?
Yeah, Slash. Love Slash.
Yeah, I hear a little, Slash and
Yeah.
all that. So you guys existed as the Metal Hawks, and then Adam comes into the picture, and you decide, hey, we're Adam and the Metal Hawks. Was there management at that point, or did that happen between you guys before management got involved?
Well,
Go ahead,
contractually,
Ryan.
well, contractually, no. Like, we were under contract like a few months after we got together. We're not with those people anymore.
I see.
But no, we've been pretty much a band since we met. That was March of 2019. Yeah, I think it's about right. We've been together ever since then.
And then what? You guys got together, and did you guys went out and started playing live shows, Alex? Is that how it went down?
Yeah. I mean, we just started playing live shows. I mean, me, Johnny, and Ryan have been a band for almost like 5 years now. And Yeah, I mean, we were playing our own we were playing like more heavier music, I would say. But then once Adam joined in, it came into more of a punkier feel, more of almost like a Rage Against the Machine. I always go back to Rage Against the Machine just because Adam's like articulated vocals, like wasting time and all of that. Even though it's like there's a lot of differences, it's just our whole like kind of music thing changed, and ever since then Adam's management that he was working at the time, over time, then we just we signed with them, and then things didn't work out. But then now we're with Danny, so now we're here.
Yeah, absolutely. And you guys have a great manager, and having great management is huge in this game.
Shout out to Danny.
Yeah, shout out to
That's just
Danny
great.
who hooked all this up, and just man, that's such a big part of the battle. To have somebody, have the right person out there and not be flopping around. I mentioned this, and I'll mention this. I'll mention this as we go here. I'm reading JJ French's book from Twisted Sister, and I am moderating. This is sort of a this weekend at Generation Records. I'm moderating the book event, right? That he's doing, and I'm doing my homework for that. And I gotta say, seeing incredibly what those guys went through. How those guys went through the mill in the 70s with Twisted Sister and with management, and it's you just realize like how important it really is. So yeah, if anybody is in town this Saturday, I will be moderating that event down at Generation Records. But the book is great, and he's a smart guy. I mean, he was in the band, he managed the band for all those years, and that whole bit. The record that you guys put out, the self-titled record, came out. Adam, what, like in almost 2 years ago now?
About a year.
About a year.
It was right before lockdown started. It was like we put out the album. We're setting up some shows, and it's like, hey, we heard of this thing, this COVID-19 virus that's coming. Like, oh no, it'll be who knows? Those things that never works out. And then 2 weeks later, everybody's stuck in their homes and everything's canceled. And but yeah, we had a lot of fun with that one, and we're excited for this next record. We're trying to put out a new one early next year, and a lot of the shows that we have booked for the end of this year and next year are all kind of showcasing the new songs. We're in the studio. We put out Backwards a month and a half, 2 months ago, and we're super happy with that. And there's way more to come from that, so that's going to be awesome. And next year we have a lot on the calendar. We got a little Canadian tour. We got a European tour.
Yeah, I see that.
Doing some rock festivals in Sweden and Germany and UK, all over. So we're super excited for 2022. It's going to be the big one, I think.
Yeah. Ryan, I love the production on the record that came out. It's really the production. Who produced that?
The first album, you mean?
Yeah.
That was our own manager, Peter Kupperschmidt. He goes by Fader is the man, but he pretty much produced that whole album.
Sounds great, man. That thing. I mean, it's really it's really a great sounding, well produced record. The separate. I like Separation. It's like the separation's all there, and I've listened to it. I've listened to it a bunch of times. And my favorites being Poison Rain, and of course Wasting Time is great, and Strain. It's really, I've listened to it all the way through a couple of times. Yes, buddy, you heard Sweden. They're coming to Sweden in 2022.
Oh,
yeah. And I guess from what Danny says, you're going over to Europe in 2022. England, Spain, Germany, Switzerland,
yes,
Malta.
Yeah, Malta.
Yeah.
I think.
What the hell's going on in Malta, bro?
No, because I think that's where his partner is with Chloe Entertainment. He's over in Malta.
Yeah.
Malta.
That's like the metal department European office. We got the metal department US office here, you know.
Yo, we're big in Malta.
There we go.
That's awesome. That's really great. And then what else? How about, let me see. Let me get on it here. So is the new record done, or are you recording that now?
It's in progress.
Cool. And that's and who's producing that?
So we're actually, since we've left our old management, we've pretty much been doing it all on our own. And we've decided on going to D City Studios in Huntington with Don Chaffin recording, engineering, producing it. And you heard backwards. I mean, there's a lot more where that came from.
Yeah, that's cool. Tell us about Johnny. Tell us about the songwriting process in this band. How does that work with you guys?
That's a good question. I mean, usually it comes like either I come up with a riff or Ryan comes up with a riff, because Ryan, I mean, I think he's the secret weapon in this band, because he plays like all the instruments. So he's really good at communicating throughout the band. So again, usually I come up with the riff or he comes up with a riff, and then we just work on it like based on where we can get like jamming out with just those riffs.
Do you guys get together a lot?
Yeah.
At least 3 times a week.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome, because bro, when you get up there, it gets really hard, you know, to get together, you know, with your guys, you know, like, you know, I'm in a band, you know, and the guys are, you know, in their 40s and 50s or whatever. And it's like, you know, the wife, the kid, the job, the this, the that. And it is so difficult to get in a friggin' rehearsal room with these guys and do anything, you know, and I long for the days when I was a teenager and I was in a band where we would just get together and hang out and play music. Like, didn't have anything else going on, you know. It was like it was what we did, you know, and there was a real sense of camaraderie there, and you know, we would just get together and hang out and throw ideas back and forth and stuff like that. It gets really hard when you get older, you know. So do you guys have do you rehearse at one of your houses, or is there a rehearsal room? Is there rehearsal? Yeah, Alex
That would be
is
mine. I'm the drummer, so I'm not moving my drums. Everyone can move to me.
Yeah,
but we pretty much had to dedicate a whole room to just a rehearsal space. So just keeps on getting more and more cluttered, you know. The more brand deals that happen, the more boxes of cardboard that get stuffed in the room, you know. It's one of those things.
Yeah, but that's great, and it's cool that
it's awesome.
Your parents are cool with it, and then
it's awesome.
You know,
we definitely
and playing on your own gear, man, is great.
Yeah,
100%, and it saves money too. It saves money.
Yeah, saves money. You get to play on your gear.
Oh yeah.
Know? It's
always terrible going to like some random gig and I'm just giving you this house set with like a tom like all the way like 5 feet this way and like another tom. I'm like, all right, I can make do with this. Let's see what happens.
Have you guys gotten like, what's the farthest, like Adam, what's the farthest you guys have traveled to play a show to date?
So far we just came back from Texas. It was actually Harlingen, Texas, practically in Mexico. It's right on the border of Mexico. Way down at the tip of Texas. So that is probably the farthest we've gone so far. We played in Blackstone, Virginia, which was not as far, but we drove for that one. So that was a little adventure as well. And yeah, we're excited, you know, coming early next year, we're going to have like the Canadian tour, go to Europe and everything. So that's going to be a really exciting adventure, just kind of going around, and we like to make a little like video blog of the whole trip and put that up on YouTube. So it's kind of like you get to come along for the ride and get into all the antics and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll talk about that after the break, how you guys are on point with your social media. You know, you guys really, I think that's a real, that's really helped put your band out there and break your band. And we'll talk, we'll get into that, all that stuff, you know, after the break. But when you went all the way down there, like, was it sort of like, gee, I hope, like, was it like, I hope they know who we are, or like, were you on another Ryan? Were you on another bill, or like going down? I don't even know what that part of Texas that is, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, we actually did get recognized. Like both at LaGuardia Airport where we flew out of, and even the
Nice.
Houston Airport and all around Harlingen and that
Good for
area.
you.
We must have gotten recognized at least 20 different times.
That's great.
In fact, I think when we got McDonald's at South Padre Island where we were staying, like around the coast of the Gulf of Mexico, the guy working the drive to McDonald's was like, "Oh my God, I follow you guys on Instagram. What the hell is going on here?"
That's cool.
So it's freaking nuts, man.
Adam, do you get that? I mean, I'm sure it's toned down a little bit these days, but you must have got that for a while. Like, oh, I saw you on American Idol. Ah.
So yeah, I mean, we're from Long Island, and sometimes I'll come into Manhattan for like a voiceover job, and Penn Station, walking around in the city. When right after the show, if I went around there, I'd get recognized a bunch for American Idol. But now, like I went in the other day, and I'll still just get stopped on the street for, "Hey, I saw you. I know you guys from TikTok. Like, are you that guy from TikTok? Are you that guy, that Jack Black guy?" Like, you know, a lot of, I would say that this social media fame actually is more than when I was on American Idol. If you believe that, I mean, TikTok and just social media as a whole is a huge force.
Yeah, absolutely. I personally believe it. I'm a filmmaker by nature. I've directed numerous films. You know, a bunch of music videos. Those are the gold records behind me of stuff that went gold that I produced and, you know, directed and produced and or directed. And you know, being a musician and extreme sports films. And then I started this show. You know, the show finds this worldwide audience, and I get people coming up to me, "Yo, I love your show." It's like, now the world kind of knows me as a talk show guy. It's interesting, and I'm absolutely grateful, you know, for it. But it is the power of the internet, man. It's the power. It's worldwide, man. You know, there's people watching this show right now all over the world. It's awesome. You know,
that's really great. Shout out to you guys. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, let me take a sponsor break. Let me do a couple things. We'll come back in a couple minutes. We'll talk about TikTok stuff and all that. Okay, I'll see you in a few.
All right, cool.
Yeah, man. Well, there you have it. This is the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live, our inaugural Side Trips episode with Adam and the Metal Hawks, and I'm super excited to have these guys on the show, talk about rock and roll, and yeah, I highly recommend this band. I like them a lot. We are sponsored by New York Hardcore Comics, The Organic Grill, the Texas Silver Rush, Chain Reaction Records, N-Tape and Skateboards, DTFM Vinyl Distro, Generation Records, and come on now, Chacho's Tacos, located in Corpus Christi, Texas. Texas strikes again. Goddamn electric. Chacho's Tacos opened their doors in 2001, home of the almighty Chacho's Taco. They cook up an incredible home-style Tex-Mex food, and this month they're celebrating their 20th anniversary. They've been supporting underground music ever since, and in their own words, we ain't stopping anytime soon. Touring bands that play Corpus Christi swing by and get a home-cooked meal at Chacho's Tacos. We got you. The underground scene will never die. Follow us on Facebook or on Instagram. How about DTFM Vinyl Distro? It's a record store that specializes in underground music, punk, ska, hardcore metal, and more. Located in the heart of Fargo, North Dakota's industrial district, shop in person or online at www.dtfmvinyldistro.com, where the motto is death to false metal. Last but not least, come on now. Are you hungry? I am. How about the Organic Grill? It's a vegan restaurant located in the East Village of New York City at 123 First Avenue, featured in New York Magazine, New York Times, and, incredibly, Veg News. Their dishes have won numerous awards, including Best Veggie Burger. They make their own cheeses, sausages, and burger patties, and every dish on their menu can be made gluten-free. For all you gluten-free motherfuckers. This year, they're celebrating their 21st anniversary, and they're all about having a great time while enjoying amazing, clean food. They have now fully reopened for business and look forward to seeing you. Get in touch with them and order some great food at www.theorganicgrill.com. I want to mention some upcoming shows that are in the works. Next 4 shows. not to be confused with the next 4 shows. The next 4 shows coming up a week from today. There is no show on Sunday because we are doing the Bowery Electric show with Dog Eat Dog, Kings Never Die, Crazy Eddie, and Dead Crew. So there's no show on Sunday. But that said, a week from today, we have Andrew Klein from Strife on the show. Strife. Hold on. From Strife, Wednesday, November 10th, a week from today, Andrew Klein from Strife, World Be Free, Berthold City, and War Records. A week from Sunday, our second Side Trips episode with Sam Cutler, former tour manager for the Rolling Stones and the Grateful Dead. I am reading his book as well right now. You can't always get what you want. I'm very much looking forward to this one also. Yo, this guy tour managed for the Rolling Stones, for Christ's sake. Wednesday, November 17th, Jason Bittner from Overkill, Shadows Fall, Flotsam and Jetsam, and Stigmata will be on the show. It's like a drummer show. I'm like doing it all. It's like I do an all drummer show now. What's going on? After that, another drummer is coming on the show from Life of Agony and DMC and the Hellraisers. Veronica Bellino will be on the show. So got a lot of drummers coming on. Hey Joe, how you doing, buddy? I just did the Texas Silver Rush. I hope you heard it. Upstate Rick, what's up? Good to know you're out there. Let's see. What is this, Tony? Hold on. Oh, there's Danny. Hold on. Tony says, Drew Stone, thanks for getting these guys on. I've seen them all over Facebook. They're great. I've been looking all over for a good interview to find out more about them, and now I have it. Great band there, real deal. Yeah, man. It's what we do over here. Thank you as always. Hey, shouting out Joe Ramini and the Texas Silver Rush down there in Fredericksburg, Texas. Of course, Joe being Vinny Stigma's cousin. We got to get you on the show soon, Joe, so we could chop it up a little bit. Want to mention a couple of other shows. You know what? I want to announce this show. How about this? Nobody knows about this one. Nobody. Sunday, December 12th. Come on now. Get your shoes and socks on, kids. It's right around the corner. It is the 40th anniversary celebration of This Is Boston, Not LA. We got Bob Sensi from Jerry's Kids, Bob Farapples Hatfield from the FUs, and Brian Betzger from Jerry's Kids and Gangrene. This should be cool. 40th anniversary celebration of This Is Boston, Not LA, Sunday, December 12th. Don't be scared. Take my hand. Don't be scared. And yeah, just to mention that this Sunday, there's not a show. We are doing a free all-ages matinee show down at the Bowery Electric featuring Dog Eat Dog, Kings Never Die, Dead Crew, and Crazy Eddie. I will be doing a book signing for my new book, The New York Hardcore Chronicles, Volume 1, 1980 to 1989. The book is almost sold out. It's almost done. So come down and pick one up. I think I have 50 books left for that event. I gotta get a second. Got to get a second pressing happening, So, that's what's up. Might be in the city for, well, I hope so, dude. Come on down. What else? I think, you know what? I want to mention this. I want to mention Patreon and what we just did on Patreon. Don't be a Hatreon, join Patreon. Where is it? There you go. There is, no, that's PayPal. Where is the Patreon? Ooh, I'm sorry. Things are moving in slow motion. Here it is. Patreon. We just did, if you're not a Patreon, if you're not a patron on Patreon, please do so. We just did a episode, a Patreon only episode yesterday with Paris Mayhew from Agros, formerly of the Cro-Mags, only available on Patreon. Check it out. It's $2, $5. Come support the show. There's a hour and a half Paris Mayhew Patreon only episode. Do you need to be vaccinated in order to get into the show? The answer to that in New York City is yes. You have to show proof of vaccination to get into any music hall these days. So that is the case. On Facebook, my name is Richard Oldham. Okay, on Facebook, my name is Drew Stone. That said, go on Patreon, please. Check out the Paris. We're doing all kinds of original programming on Patreon. So that said, all right, let's bring our guests back on. You know what? I have another video. Before we bring them on, thank de Blasio for that, right? Hey, de Blasio's out. Meet the new boss, just the same as the old boss. It's all the same. That said, before we bring our guests on, let's have a look at this. Hey, Johnny.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of your lead guitar work, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Is that a Dean you're playing? What kind of guitar is that?
Yeah, it's a Dean.
It's a Dean, right?
Yeah, I'm endorsed by Dean.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's got, my Dean experience is with Dimebag, So,
Yeah.
So I'm like, is that a Dean? Yeah. That's great, man. Who else? Anyone else you sponsored by?
Not me, but I know Ryan. You could talk, Ryan, if you want for your.
Ryan?
I'm endorsed by Michael Kai Guitars with my basses. I did a little promo video for one of the basses they sent me recently, And their songs, you can play pretty much anything on those bases. I love them. And they're a local company based on Long Island, I think. You can correct me if I'm wrong.
Makes sense. Joe says, "Who's Grim on the building? Rest in peace."
Oh, no idea. I was just there.
Oh, that was just totally random.
Yeah,
I never noticed that until now.
I know. Figures I paused it right here, right? You know, that's interesting.
Funny.
Young man, what you gonna do with your life? Sitting there thinking everything will be alright. Young man, are you scared to go outside? Aren't you sick of just wasting time? Young man, why's your heart all sealed up tight? Sitting there with your pain and chest and torn and strife. Young man, do you think you have the right to be wasting time?
Woo! That's the video. That's the video when your manager told me that he works with you guys. I'm like, let me Google these dudes and see what's up. I was expecting like a bunch of like, older like rock dudes, and I saw that. I was like, yo, I'm feeling this. I want these guys on my show.
And here we are.
Hey, Adam, let me ask you something. Any problems? Any problems with your voice at all? Do you do vocal warm-ups before you? Is there a regimen when you perform? Because you're really belting it out, man. You're a young guy, but you got to take care of that instrument, right?
Of course, yeah. So I have some vocal exercises and warm-ups that I'll do before I sing and stuff like that. But it's really also about kind of knowing your limits and not to like push it to the point where you hurt yourself. Yeah, and it took a long time to kind of get to that sweet spot, and through just experience of doing a lot of shows and working with the Influence, the cover band, where I'm singing like for 3 or 4 hours of this kind of thing. You can't do that and just kill yourself doing it. Yeah. So it definitely takes some balance. It takes some practice. And you got to be kind of mindful of it, like you said. That's your instrument.
Yeah, absolutely. And as a singer, what's interesting is nowadays, at least venues that we all play in, people don't smoke in these venues anymore. Like when I was a teenager and I was in a band, and I'm sure your manager can attest to this. You go into these places and you couldn't even see the back of the room. And people would just be chain smoking cigarettes, and it was. I never smoked cigarettes. I hate cigarettes. I'm not big on cigarettes, and I was, I'm a singer, and it did a lot to make things difficult for me, you know. And they say those singing in those type of places is what destroyed Billie Holiday's voice, because way back then, these kind of places, people were really small, like cigars and stuff like that. Hey, Johnny, you do warm-ups before you? I mean, everybody in this band, I assume, goes through some kind of a thing, right, Johnny?
Yeah, I just noodle around until someone starts the song. That's usually what happens.
Right. Brian Mackos, cigarette smoking is still allowed down here in South Florida clubs. Ugh. You're a manager? Can you imagine? Ugh, that's disgusting. Roy Ramon says, late to the party, but I'm glad I could swoop in. Adam has some serious pipes. Good to know he's taking care of it, hoping for longevity.
Thanks, Ray.
Here's something else, fellas. See these? Let me show you something. I want to show you something right here. These, my friend, this is what happened to me. I have to wear these now because when I was your age, I never wore earplugs. And now my hearing's going, and I got fitted for hearing aids. Not that I wear them very much. I don't. My girl's always like, put in your hearing aids. Like, what? Huh? But
what? Put on my what?
I don't know what did it. I don't know what's wrong, I said, stop mumbling. I'm not mumbling, But I never wore earplugs when I was playing hardcore and punk music as a teenager, and I would go see Loud concerts, and I was like, yeah, I don't wear earplugs, you know. And sure enough, I was like, yo, I'm not hearing right. So I guess anything I can impart onto you guys, which probably is not news to you, but be careful, man. Wear earplugs when you can. It's hard sometimes, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I've been swearing by the in-ear monitors. I've been
Oh, yeah?
fortunate enough to have some in-ear monitors from American Idol, and now forget it. Like whenever we're at a show, if they're like something's off in the mix in the monitors themselves, and they can't get the in-ears to work, I feel like I'm just kind of singing blind. It's rough.
Yeah. It's hard. Even like when we do shows now, I usually don't wear ear plugs because as a singer, I can't even freaking hear myself. So
Right.
I need to hear what's, you know, like
Yeah.
it's difficult to be a singer and wear those on stage. But yeah, the in-ear monitors is probably, you know, Gordon says, shout out to good damn tinnitus. Yeah. Man, you don't want that. And yes, it is selective hearing. Most of the time, I don't really want to hear my girlfriend. So, so that's it. Hey, let's talk about this TikTok thing, man. Ryan, how did that get rolling? And tell us about the Jack Black thing that blew up real big for you guys.
Yeah, so obviously, like we were talking about before the commercial break, you know, we put out an album pretty much right after COVID hit. Like it hit. When did we lock down? I think we locked down like about a week and a half after my 20th birthday. And then we were just kind of screwed. We couldn't do any shows. I mean, our album was out, but we couldn't support it in Europe or anything like that, like we planned to. But
was there shows booked? Did you guys have like
there were shows booked. We had a bunch of European dates that were playing next year that we were supposed to play last year. So like Switzerland, for example, like when we go to Switzerland, it's gonna be like, and we've waited 2.5 years to play for you guys. You know?
Yeah.
No, but anyhow, so, you know, we used that time when it was like somewhat safe to go out again and just kind of jam with each other. We started writing songs again, which a lot of those songs are going to be on the album, the one coming out next year. But then TikTok just kind of came around almost out of necessity and just out like suggestions like, oh, you guys have to hop on TikTok. You know, everybody's doing it. It's the big thing now.
Right.
And we just kind of went about it. We went in a few different directions with it. Just kind of, you know, messing around, seeing what sticks. You know, it's like throwing crap at the wall and just seeing what sticks. You know what I mean? So then Johnny, it was either me or Johnny, we had this idea to put bowls on our heads and do classic like cover songs of it, because we saw a couple of people over on TikTok do that, and we said, you know what, if they can do it, we can freaking do it. So we whipped out a couple of acoustic guitars, we whipped out a couple of water bottles, a couple of blue plastic bowls, and it's safe to say we blew up. And then Loudwire wrote an article about it. And
I saw the Loudwire article when I was doing my homework. And
that was one of the first ones.
Yo, they gave you guys love too, man. They really broke it down. That was awesome.
We also had Rolling Stones in Germany too, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what? You guys got to go to Japan, man. They're gonna love
that.
you guys.
That'd be sick. They're
gonna love you guys.
I hate sushi, but I would love to go to Japan.
I like some sushi.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. You think you do? Wait till you get to Japan.
Yeah.
You know.
Really raw fish.
And Alex, and how the Jack Black thing? How did he get involved?
So the Jack Black thing, we kind of did like we almost like manifested an army of like our people to go attack Jack Black. So, you know, we did our day 1, we did our day 2, and then I think up to like day 6 or maybe 5 or whatever, he ended up duetting us. But on his most recent post of us on Jack Black's Instagram or TikTok, whatever, it was just all you would see is you have to duet these guys, AMH band. Jack Black, what are you doing? These guys are going to take you over or whatever. You know, I was like, damn, that's kind of mean. You know, I'm like, this is Jack Black talking about. You know, no one's taking him over. He's a legend, you know? But and then he ended up posting us. He was like, it's time to pass on the torch. I was like, wow. I'm like, that's actually kind of sad. Like, it's awesome, but sad at the same time. Like, he's passing it on. I'm
you harassed him into it, right?
What happened?
You harassed him into it. That's great.
No, I mean, we
didn't. Our fans did.
Yeah, your fans did. Right?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't want that, but I guess, you know, had to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty sick. And honestly, like, I was just scrolling through my For You and just randomly appeared. I was like, wow. I was like, that's weird.
And it's got like a couple million hits, right?
A
Yeah.
couple million, more like 75 million.
It's
75
his
million
most
hits.
viral.
Yeah.
On
Most
his
viral
personal.
TikTok on his
And
page.
not to mention, when he posted that video that got like 75 mil with us, he actually gained like 6 mil followers from it, which is pretty
Wow.
insane. Like that's almost half his following on TikTok, which is pretty nuts.
Hey, Johnny, it seems like you guys have some real rabid fans that just love the band. I see like fan pages and stuff like that. That's
Mhm.
awesome, man. That's
Yeah,
really great.
for sure.
Yeah.
We love our fans. We couldn't do any of this without them.
Yeah.
So
For
Yeah,
sure.
I feel like something unique about us too is because we're so active on social media, we end up responding to a lot of comments and a lot of direct messages.
Yeah.
And we're able to actually talk one-on-one with some people, even if it's just a couple of sentences back and forth. It kind of brings that connection so that if we do run into them at a show, they can come say, hey, I talked to you. This is so great. And we love meeting people after the show at the merch booth and signing stuff and taking pictures. It's that's all part of it. It's great.
This is the new world we live in for the most part. Artists are accessible on social media and connect with the audience, and I've learned that from doing this, and it's really great. It's great connecting with people that enjoy your art, and and meeting them face to face, and sometimes I'm sure it's happened to you guys. You go out and like someone starts looking at you and you're like, what's this? Like, how's this gonna go?
I always know if they give you too much eye contact and then
Yeah.
look down at their phone.
Yeah, right.
It's like it's coming. That's it.
It's coming.
They know.
Yeah, it's coming. You guys, Alex, you guys are playing soon. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so we're playing a hometown show. We're playing down in Wantagh. We're playing at Mulcahy's. It's going to be an awesome night, Saturday night, November 13th. It's 18 plus too, so I know we have a lot of younger fans and college people and a little bit maybe on the older of high school. And I mean, yeah, so it's not going to be 21 plus, so that's going to be like, there's no age restriction in that sense. But it's going to be great. I really can't wait. I mean, it's like we started out at Mulcahy's and now we're back in it. It's like a full circle over here,
Is that where you guys started playing?
Well, me, Johnny, and Ryan. So way back when we were like when Metal Hawks was just born, like maybe back in like 2015. We actually played Mulcahy's as like not like maybe like as a charity thing. Was it a charity thing?
it was like a showcase.
Yeah, showcase.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. So it was like showcase throughout the what's it called? Showcase throughout the music school that we're rolling. I think it was Monster Music. I think it's actually up right now, which they just came back to business, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean,
and you, hey, Adam, you live over there, right?
Yeah, that's my hometown of Wantagh.
What do I know from Wantagh? Is Wantagh where the Jones Beach Theater is? No. What do I?
No.
So Wantagh's known as the gateway to Jones Beach. So
the gateway to
we're
Jones
right
Beach.
over there.
Yes.
I knew there was a Jones Beach connection there.
Yeah.
I actually used to work at Jones Beach. I used to be like a concession stand kind of guy.
Is that right?
Yeah, I used to work the concerts. I used to get free concerts. Used to saw the Jonas Brothers. I met Flo Rida. He came. He got some chicken tenders right by me. I was like, "What's up, dude?"
Jones Beach. Who did I see?
Yeah.
That I've seen a couple. I saw. God.
Actually, I hate to cut you off, but Lady Gaga's dad was actually the chef for that Jones Beach Theater, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I actually.
What do you mean
saw,
the chef?
I never. Yeah, because his dad owned that whole like I don't know, that whole what do you want to call it? Like that whole like food concession stand of Live Nation. It's Live Nation, yeah.
Oh, that's
he owns
right.
That whole company pretty much
Wow.
in terms of the chefing. I think I could be talking on my ass. I really have no idea, but yeah, I made eye contact with him. Never talked to him, but just made eye contact. I mean,
Speaking of Lady Gaga, in today's New York Post, come on now, Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
Wow.
Hey,
you
did you
go.
guys see? Hey, did you guys see the remake of A Star Is Born?
I don't
No.
think.
I don't think so.
None of you guys,
No, to
Oh,
be
you got-
honest, I haven't even seen the first one. I'm gonna.
bro. Well,
Dude.
there's three of there's been
Oh,
three.
okay.
I'm telling you, go out or pipe it in. Obviously, see A Star Is Born with Lady Gaga. I highly recommend it. It's a great music film. That film is really good. It's a really great, touching music film. I highly recommend it.
That's yeah, definitely.
Yeah, if
Try
you
it
get a
out. Yeah.
chance. No, I mean it, Adam.
Sure.
It's like I thought that film was real. Now there was the original Star Is Born, then there was a remake in the 70s with Barbara Streisand and Chris Christopherson, and then they just did the one with Lady Gaga and what's his name? The dude that was in it. Who was in the remake
Bradley
of
Cooper?
Yes, he
Yeah,
directed
Mike.
it too. He directed it. It's really good. I know films, fellas. My dad was a film director.
We'll have
know?
to check it out. That sounds
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. You really you'd enjoy that.
I'm a big fan of the Motley Crue movie. What is it called again? Live
The
Wire?
Dirt
Dirt, I love
Dirt. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. What am I thinking?
Pleasure.
Yeah.
was
No, it's a great movie.
is that the one that was Machine Gun? Who was the
Yes.
kid that-
Yeah, Machine Gun
Machine Gun
Kelly was
Kelly's in
Tommy.
it, yeah.
he plays Tommy Lee,
okay.
right?
Yeah, he's the drummer, yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty good at it. I must.
Mhm.
He's good.
I mean, he's touring right now. He's touring with I think those guys, Jaden Hostler. They're all TikTok guys too, which is pretty cool.
Wow.
They're
So Go ahead.
it's like more of like a punk band kind of thing, and he's playing with Travis Barker. I don't think he tours with Travis though. I think it's only like a couple of shows, but it's pretty cool.
D asks, "What's your guys' TikTok channel name?"
It's AMH Band. That's us all across social media.
AMH Band.
Instagram, AMH Band, TikTok, Twitter, AMH on YouTube, Out of the Metal Hawks, Facebook. Yeah. If you just type in AMH, you'll probably find us.
Yeah, Bradley Cooper. That's who it was. Not to pull cards, but I saw Motley Crue open for Rat right a couple blocks from me at the Beacon Theater in the early 80s. It was Motley Crue right when what's the big record came out? Shout at the Devil. Right when and I went with my brother and we had tickets that were really close, and Motley Crue was great. Like that was that Shout at the Devil early tour. That was really good. I mean, Rat was cool, but like, yeah, Motley Crue was really great. Oh yeah, back to the Jones Beach thing. Paulie says, I saw the Kinks at Jones Beach in '85 with my mom. Then we saw AC/DC there in '96. We saw the Stones together in between. Rest in peace, Mom. Absolutely. Oh, you know what I wanted to ask you, Adam? This is. Did any of you guys see Axl Rose singing for AC/DC?
I think we did.
Yeah,
Did you see that,
I did see
Adam?
that. It was
I think
amazing.
so.
I saw that in concert at the Garden. It was great. I thought Axl did
that's
it was
cool.
great. Yeah, it was great. They did all the older stuff. I thought that was really, really great. Good show. Hey, let me take my last sponsor break here, and we'll come back and we'll chop it up some more. We'll take some questions from everybody around the world. Okay.
Cool.
See you in a bit. Well, there you have it. It is the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live. Our guests today are Adam and the Metal Hawks, and we are sponsored by New York Hardcore Comics, The Organic Grill, The Texas Silver Rush, Chain Reaction Records and Skateboards, DTFM Vinyl Distribution, Chacho's Tacos, and amazingly, since 1992, Generation Records. They've been a mainstay of the New York metropolitan area music scene. Today, they offer a diverse selection of new and used rock, jazz, indie, hip-hop, punk, hardcore, metal, blues, soundtracks, and reggae LPs, as well as T-shirts, posters, and other merchandise. They buy used record collections and music memorabilia and will pay you top dollar for them. House calls made for large collections in the tri-state area. Call or email generationrecords@gmail.com and follow them on Facebook or on Instagram. Come on now, New York Hardcore Comics, Debo the Pro, I see you out there, and Lee Fairley. New York Hardcore Comics opened in 2013, selling comic books, punk rock, and hardcore memorabilia, toys, statues, skateboard decks, tapes, vinyl, and all things horror. We love helping bands push their demos and new tracks, so please stop by and drop off your new music. We have in-store events like Magic the Gathering and Warhammer tournaments, plus meet and greets with bands and some live performances. Open 7 days a week and shipping worldwide. Find us online through Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and eBay. Located at 117 Main Street in lovely Dobbs Ferry, New York. www.newyorkhardcorecomics.com. Want to mention a couple of other shows that are coming up, lest we forget. Wednesday, November 24th, producer, engineer extraordinaire Tom Suarez coming up on the show. You may know him. He's been involved with many bands, including Leeway, Born to Expire, Judge Bringing It Down, Cro-Mag's Best Wishes, on and on and on. So Tom Suarez coming on the show. That should be a great one. Learn a little bit about all that stuff. And then this one's been going on a while now. We announced this a while back. Dave Ellefson, ex-Megadeth, The Lucid, plays on some Ministry, Altitudes and Attitude in F5. Dave Ellefson will be coming on the show. That should be definitely interesting. We mentioned this, Mark Nickel from MAD Tour Management, who handles Agnostic Front, Sick of It All, many other bands. Talk about how New York Hardcore reached over there in Germany and all over the world. So we're going to have Mark Nickel on the show. That should be cool as well. And what else? I think I covered everything. Oh, yeah, you know what? Want to make a quick mention of the Antidote NYHC record release show, Sunday, December 5th, with The Take, Enziguri, Non-Residents, and Fire is Murder at the Bowery Electric. It's free. Sunday matinees are back on the Bowery. And very thrilled that our new 7-inch Scarred is actually on the charts. We're big in Germany. Number 5 in Germany on the Cortex chart. We're hoping to go over there and play as well. So Antidote Scarred, Antidote NYHC, is out there. Please buy it. Don't be afraid. Let's bring our guests back on. And questions for these young rock and rollers. Please post them up. Let's get into some questions. Let's bring the guys back on. Ryan, Alex, Adam, and Johnny. Any of you guys married yet?
Nah, too young. I'm never getting married. After all your horror stories about being in a band in your 40s, that's that, man.
Hey, you know what? I want to tell you guys, and I'm probably preaching to converted here, but having been around the game for a little bit, drugs and alcohol will ruin everything. I've seen it happen in bands I'm in. I've seen it happen to other bands. It ruins everything. Be careful.
True.
Now, I don't know, what backgrounds really, everybody sort of has their mountain to climb, but when it comes to, being in a band and making art and all that, drugs and alcohol will ruin everything. That's a little bit.
Luckily, we're not really about that kind of stuff. We're just here to have fun and jam and stuff,
Yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. It's
definitely.
No, we appreciate it, man.
Yeah, it's sad. I've seen
it happen to so many people. It's happened to a lot of people.
Yeah, and a lot of bands. Bands start out very vibrant, and drugs and alcohol just rob people of their creativity. Yeah.
I mean, if you see that Motley Crue movie, I mean, that's insane. I feel like that might have been a little exaggerated just to get that movie aspect. Yeah, of course, but that was crazy.
With snorting ants and everything and licking his piss. That wasn't exaggerated, I'm sure.
Wise words, Drew. Well, it's not. It's just, man. I just seen. It sucks, man. And even with what I deal with Antidote and Antidote NYHC, that's what we're dealing with here. That's what blew the whole band apart. Is people with their with their issues, man. I'm not. I don't want to name names, but God, it was horrible. Drugs, yes, yes. Joe Ackerman down in Tallahassee, Florida. Drugs ruin creativity for real. They do, man. Goran asks, you guys know which place in Sweden you play at?
You're asking for too much. We don't know.
Yeah.
Probably
right.
not. No. I mean, maybe we'll find out. But not
We're
right now.
hoping to hit the major rock festivals as big as we can get, and whoever will have us. So just keep an eye out. Make sure you're following all our socials, Instagram and Facebook. We'll keep you updated, and you'll know as soon as we know.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Location to be determined.
Yeah. According to he says he'll be that. Global zombie apocalypse permitting, right?
Yeah,
So
pretty much.
God, you guys a fan? Any of you guys watch any of these zombie stuff? You guys into zombies at all?
I love the movie Zombieland. I love that
Yeah,
movie.
that's cool.
Tallahassee. It's one of my favorite movies.
I've been
far.
watching Black Summer with my gal. It's
That's
all
cool.
right. It's all
I'm not
right.
too crazy about The Walking Dead. It's like
It started good. Did you see the first season?
You know what? Just because like everybody's been like, I'm gonna be honest. I haven't watched it. Everybody,
Right.
I just saw the trailer. I'm just like,
I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
I highly recommend the first season. It was very, very good. The first episode is directed by a guy named Frank Darabont, who directed a film called The Shawshank Redemption. It's very well directed, very well crafted, very well done. And then, of course, once it started, they turned it into a bad soap opera.
Yeah. A good movie though is you ever see World War Z? That's a good zombie movie.
Bro, come on now. I'm a zombie. I like World War. That's the one with Brad Pitt, right?
Yeah, Brad Pitt. I forgot the name, but that's who it is. Yeah.
I like that. I like that movie a lot.
Yeah.
Joe Frank says you guys need to come up to the Chance in Poughkeepsie.
That would be a sick venue to play.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. That's a classic. That's a classic venue. It's been there, like JJ French played there back in the day. I saw the thing you guys did with D. That was cool.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Dee's a great guy. He was very into it. We tried to like pre-plan as much as we could on the day and get whatever footage we could, and then he just came in and nailed it like a pro. Just one shot, boom, boom, boom.
That guy keeps it real. I've seen him on the subway in New York City. Like that's a guy that is always, all those guys, like, they know what it's like. They fought hard. They fought hard to make it, to where they are, man. It was no easy ride. What's the cover you did of Billie Eilish? Billie Eilish?
Yeah.
Right? What's tell us about that, Johnny?
Yeah, that was a Billie Eilish cover of Bad Guy. It was like 1.5 years ago we did that, something around there. But that song was blowing up everywhere. So we're like, you know what? Let's put our own spin to it, and we made like a rock cover with a little music video, and it did pretty well.
Yeah, that's here. I'm putting up all the pictures I got, as we go here. That said, any of you guys surf? Any of you guys been lifeguards or surf?
I snowboard.
Be careful, bro. I shattered my clavicle snowboarding.
Yeah, dude. I took some nasty spills, but it's all good.
I got smoked, man. Totally shattered my clavicle.
Just when you get too much confidence, the snowboard will humble you,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, any questions out there for Adam and the Metal Hawks? Post them up. Come on, go deep, you guys. Let's get let's post up some questions, you bums. Let's go. Stop talking amongst yourselves about nonsense and post up some pictures. I gotta keep them in line, guys. You ever see that D. Schneider talking to Congress, the PMRC? That was
Oh, I love it.
That was something else.
He's all him and Frank Zappa. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, no, Frank Zappa had like the whole entire thing going, like testifying for Congress, like you would dress like testifying for Congress.
Yeah.
He, on the other hand, he just goes in his rock clothes, like dirtbag, and I'm proud.
And,
And
and he was angry, and
Yeah.
he was like all like pissed off, and like
Yeah.
he was throwing a vibe out there, you know.
got his speech like crinkled up like homework, bring it to the teacher, whatever. And then he starts reading his speech and just picked apart every single argument.
Yep. Danny says, I just have to say, AMH is killer. I love this band. I'll be sporting my AMH shirt at my own gigs. Thanks for what you do, boys.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
thank you.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Really
It's
means
nice.
a lot.
We're
Michael-
working hard to try to bring rock back. You know,
Yeah,
I
man.
mean, there's still classic rock bands that are touring that we have idolized, and we need to kind of bring that for a new generation. I feel like all these kids on TikTok need to know that rock is still around.
Yeah, absolutely. I've often said, like, what happens when these dinosaurs like become extinct? Like the Kisses and the Aerosmiths, and you know what happens? Those bands are part of the old infrastructure, and like when they die out, like what? There's very few. Like I'm not that connected. I'm a little bit older, but you know, there's been a handful of bands in the past bunch of years, young guys like Greta and Avenged, and like those bands really I love those bands. Like,
Oh, yeah.
but it used to be
100%.
all the time, you know?
Right.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got. You guys have any before being on? Wait, whoa.
I think
When
somebody
did they
said you
go
have
in?
any collaborations going on.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Do you guys have any collaborations going on?
Well, we did Jack Black. We just collaborated with Marty Music, the guitar teacher guy. He's an awesome dude. Got Taco Joe's with them. Good Mexican place. Who else? I don't know.
We did the D. Snyder one. That was really
Obviously,
awesome.
Yeah, that was cool.
Snyder.
I was
Yeah,
so-
that was
Yeah.
it.
We actually did a promo recently. We partnered with Flex Seal, old Phil Swift, who sawed a boat in half.
Yeah.
We did a.
Now that's a lot of
promo
damage.
for them.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
See, what you guys do that's cool. You guys have a little bit of a sense of humor, and it's
Oh, yeah.
like
Oh,
you're
yeah.
young, having it's important, man. Have a couple laughs and have a good time doing it. I'm firmly entrenched in like the New York hardcore world where there's not a lot of humor.
Right.
Everybody's.
That's all.
Larry Kelly,
Way down.
the legend. Larry Kelly says, I've been a big fan for a while. Drew told me you guys were going to be on. Very cool.
Cool.
Thanks for keeping with us. We do have that sense of humor, but we are trying to release new music. We put out that first single of the year, Backwards, and there's more where that came from for sure. This next album we're excited for.
Hey, Adam, tell us about the Zeppelin song and what inspired you guys to put that together.
So that song, it's been through a lot of changes. It was called a bunch of different things, and it's kind of just about how we're kind of losing that spark. It was actually conceived while our old manager was watching the Grammys, and he's just name after name. He's like, never heard of that guy, never heard of this girl, and it's kind of like slipping away from what the Grammys and kind of music in the music industry used to be. So that's kind of like the message behind it, and it just feels very Zeppelin-y. It feels kind of like we want to try to bring that genre back and that feeling of rock back. So that's kind of the conception of that song.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I listened to that this morning, and I did a little homework on it, and that's cool. Hey, Ryan, do you, as far as your fan base goes, I assume it's a lot of people your age. Is there older people? Like, what's the balance here?
We have fans from 8 to 80, really.
That's cool.
We've got like little kids that like do like the little dances that we used to do, like put bowls on our heads. Then we got like the old folks, like my grandfather, especially, that I actually worked with. I'm an electrician with his family business, and every day, it annoys the crap out of me sometimes. Like, come on, do I need a press briefing every day? But he's really involved with like hey, what's going on? I heard you're doing this interview today. How'd that go? All that. So just having him in my corner and so many people in my family in my corner has just been awesome for all of us as well. But I appreciate all the fans, whether they're young or old, black or white, whatever you are. If you're a fan of mine, I'm a fan of yours.
Yeah, right on, brother. Humility and graciousness go a long way in this business. Don't get it screwed up, man. People say, you got to crush people on the way. I beg to differ. Humility and graciousness and kind and being kind to people, that's the way to go. Our resident historian, Chucky Brown, the singer for Crazy Eddie, says, can they speak on the music video Shining in the Moonlight with movie scenes from the Shining film? Who wants to take that?
So I'll take that one again. So again, these are from that first album. And this one was kind of more of like a mystery kind of feel, it obviously influenced by The Shining and kind of has some like conspiracy feel to it as well. And overall, it's kind of more of like an eerie kind of feeling. And I feel like that one also feels a lot like AC/DC song. Like if we were to make our own AC/DC song, I feel like it would come out like Shining in the Moonlight. So that's a good one too. Yeah.
That's cool. Michael LaRoche asks, and you could, Johnny, you take this one to start with. If you guys could tour with any band, who would it be? And maybe Drew can hook it up. Right. Depends on who it is. Let's see.
Again, I'm gonna have to go with the newer bands just because
Please.
they're kind of like us and they're in the same, So I'm gonna go with Greta Van Fleet and Dirty Honey. Also Mammoth, Wolfgang, Eddie Van Halen's son. Those would be my top three.
Right on, Ryan.
Yeah, mine too. I was gonna say the same three actually.
Okay.
And Mammoth.
If I had to choose, I'd probably go Foo Fighters.
Ooh, good call. Good call, young man.
I don't know. Maybe Blink. I mean, they're not really playing. That's not really our type of music.
Yeah.
I don't know. But definitely Foo Fighters. I mean, I love Dave Grohl, Taylor Hawkins, all sick.
Yeah. Adam?
I mean, I would go with the older classics. I mean, Aerosmith, Steven Tyler is a huge influence for me. That would be awesome. Kiss, I mean, I don't know how you can't really go before Kiss or after Kiss. So
yeah,
we kind of screw ourselves, but I'd be down for the challenge. And I don't know, of course, Guns N' Roses, AC/DC, just these bands are just monumental, and just being affiliated with them at all would be awesome.
Have you ever seen Guns N' Roses play?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I saw them play, in that era, the Appetite for Destruction, and they were great. They were great. I mean, there's one of those bands I saw when they were right there, and they commanded the room. They were really great. It was great front man and great songs, and they had it going on. Yeah. Any Adam, are you a Queen fan?
Oh yeah. Yep, definitely.
Yeah. I saw them play with I saw them play the Garden with what's his name singing?
Yeah, with Adam Lambert. Yep.
Yo, it was
I actually
really
saw
good.
that show too.
It was really good, I thought.
Yeah.
I thought he did a really great job.
I like how, he kind of came out and he was like, all right, everybody, obviously I'm not Freddie.
That's
I'm not
right.
trying to replace Freddie. I'm not saying that I'm as good as him. I'm just here to, live out the memory and let's just have a good time. It was very respectful, and, those shoes are just unfillable. Like you can't really compare yourself to him.
Yeah, News of the World was a big record for me when I was growing up in New York City. let's talk a little bit about. I guess this falls under the category of collaboration, doesn't it? This stuff, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
Alex.
also have
skateboards.
We have some
Yeah.
branded skateboards.
Yeah, tell us
Pretty
about
awesome. I don't skate, so I can't show you any tricks on it, but
I broke my finger skating, so I never touched one since. So there's that story. But you know what? I'll gladly hang it up in my room. And all the artwork is done by Adam, which is pretty cool. It's
it.
got
Oh,
our
is that right?
yeah, it
Yeah.
is. Great
Oh,
artist.
these are cool. Wow,
yeah,
look
so
at
I
you.
did all the artwork for the skateboards, the merch, the logo, the album cover, pretty
This
much
stuff is
anything
great.
artistic
This-
with the band. I'm just kind of spewing out.
This art, there's another one. This art is great. Good stuff. Yeah, there's
Thanks.
another one. Whoa. I don't know if these are the same but different. Hold on. Boom.
Is
Yeah.
it the same? I think it might be the same now.
Yeah.
It's a cleaner picture
we-
though. I like it.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Also got our signatures hidden there. You just gotta find them. If you
I see.
buy the skateboard one day.
Tell them, dude, to find that out on their own.
These are
Well, you
great.
gotta tell them to search for it.
Now you
You
know.
gotta tell 'em.
What's that?
I said, but now they know. Now they're gonna look for them. Or
Yeah.
Exactly. You gotta search
There
for
you
it.
go. Question from RS70. Did any of them listen to heavy metal or hardcore? I mean, that's sort of a blanket term, like heavy metal. Like, what is heavy metal? Like,
Yeah.
is it Deep Purple or is it like you were saying, Alex?
Yeah, I mean, I love Metallica. I mean, Metallica is awesome. But I actually want to, like, if you're gonna talk like heavy metal, I was seeing Anthrax play live once because, like I was telling you, my uncle was just really good friends with Bello, Frank Bello, and he just got us in there, went backstage and everything. Awesome guy. And actually, Lamb of God was opening up for them, and I'm not crazy about, like, I call it Cookie Monster music. It's like it's got like that. Like, like I'm not crazy about that.
That's our boy Randy that sings for them. Yeah,
Exactly. I mean, I respect it, but honestly, that's just not me. Like personally. But the absolute, like, the rhythm and the drumming and like how the drummer and the guitar is super tight. I feel like with all heavy metal music, the instrumentals are just like locked in. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Which is
great.
cool.
A lot of great drummers, man.
No, I know. I mean, that takes some serious discipline to get all those like intricate double bass patterns in. That's crazy.
Hey, Johnny, favorite Van Halen record?
Oh man.
Come on, bro.
Oh man.
I'm
That's
curious.
like-
There's just
Favorite.
too many. All of them are good.
What's that, Ryan?
That's like picking your favorite child for John.
I know it
Yeah,
kind of
that's
is.
tough. I feel like you have to go with the first one, just because, you know what I mean? I love that record. I feel like that's what started it, so it's like, it's really hard though. That's a tough one.
I mean, Diver Down. I thought Diver Down was weak when it came out. It was sort of like,
Yeah, a lot of people thought that, I think.
Yeah.
But there's some gems on it. There's some
They've been
gems.
up for-
Oh, here we go. Now, here we go. Fair warning. Come on now.
I mean, I know.
Right?
Yeah.
Fair warning. Here we go. Everybody. Yeah. That woke them up, right? I saw them play on the 1984 tour twice.
Wow.
They were great. That's when they ruled the planet. You couldn't get tickets to see them play ever. They would come to town. Tickets would sell out in an hour, man.
Wow.
They were, fair warning, getting love, huh? That was like their grimy record. That was like,
Yeah.
that was a grimy record.
Unchained. Hear about later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw in 1983, I went to the US Festival, and I was there for Metal Day, and it was Quiet Riot, Motley Crue, Triumph, the Scorpions, who am I forgetting? Ozzy Osbourne, Judas Priest, and Van Halen.
Right.
And Van Halen got paid the most amount of money ever. I think they got paid $1 million at the time. It was astronomical to do to headline the show because they were in the middle of recording 1984 and they stopped recording to go and play this one show.
Right.
And I
Wow.
gotta say, I was there. They earned every penny of it. They destroyed the planet Earth. It was incredible. They were still they were great, man. They were absolutely great.
Wow.
So yeah, a little bit of that. That said, let's talk about what here you go. Loss of Control on Women and Children First, Van Halen's first punk song.
Oh, that's a great song.
Love it.
That's a hidden. That's like a deep cut right there. But hey, I want to thank you guys for coming on the show and chopping it up with me. And who'd we lose?
What's Adam? I think.
Oh, interesting.
Wow,
This
he
phone
got
definitely
quick.
died.
Yeah,
Phone definitely
pow.
died.
It was like pow.
Thanks for
You're
coming on
gone.
the
See
show.
you guys.
God.
Yeah.
His
All
phone
right,
might have
nice.
died. I don't
Nice
know.
being on the show. Pow. Ryan, tell us on the way out. Tell us. Oh wait. Oh, he's coming back. Hey,
Hey, Adam.
Hey. We lost
What's
you.
going on here? I got kicked out.
I don't know. You just got zapped. Sid the Kid says, "Kick-ass show, Drew. These kids will get far." Well, they're going. They're well on the way, Sid. Thank you.
We're gonna
And,
try at least.
Yeah, you guys, and I think what I've learned is that in what you guys have a good work ethic, and this is handed down from your parents, and your parents have, I got it from my dad, and a work ethic is just so important in this business, man. To have a good work ethic and be focused and not be afraid to work.
Yeah.
A lot of people get involved in rock and roll because they don't want to work, and they it's like, yeah, let me be in a band. That's easy, but it's not. It takes a lot of focus and a lot of work, and work ethic is very, very important. Joe Frank says, "Thanks, fellas. Welcome to the fam. Look forward to hearing more." Danny says, great show, Drew. AMH rules. Well, good. That's great.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah. Hey, Ryan, tell us one last time, like what you have coming up so people know what to look out for.
Okay, I'm going to take a little bit to plug the Mulcahy show that's coming up. So Saturday, November 13th at 9 p.m., we are playing Mulcahy's Bar and Music Hall. Emily Victoria is going to be opening up for us. We go on at 9 p.m. It's 18 and up. Tickets are $10. You can find that. You can find the ticket link in our Instagram bio. We'll probably post one at some point. But that's the big one. Mulcahy's, Saturday, November 13th, 9 p.m., 18 and up. Ticket link in bio. Like Adam said, we've got a bunch of Canadian dates lined up for around April or so. And, of course, over the summer, we're going to be going over to Europe and doing a bunch of music festivals. So we're going to be coming to a city and a country near you.
It's Adam's big hometown show, so everybody has to be there.
Yes.
Yep.
Hometown show.
November 13th, everybody. It's a Saturday. Come on down. Say hello. We always love hanging out with people after, so it's going to be a great time.
What's the date on that again?
November 13th.
Hold on. Let me see. Looking on the calendar. Saturday, November 13th. I got a book signing. I'm not going to be there. Damn.
Bring them
next
down.
one.
Bring the books. We'll sign
Yeah,
them too.
You know what? Hey, listen. I know. I could here. You know what? Thanks for the segue, bro. That helps. By the way, in the Drew Stone universe, on Saturday, November 13th at New York Hardcore Comics, I will be signing copies of the new book, the New York Hardcore Chronicles, Volume 1, 1980 to 1989. So there you go. But I will catch up with you guys.
Yeah, this won't be our
eventually.
last show around here. So just keep us followed on Instagram, Facebook, and keep an eye out for any info. We're always posting. So
let me put it up. There's the website, www.amhband.com, right, Johnny?
Right.
And
Yes.
yep, we've got all our dates on there, as well as music videos and merch and anything you could want.
Okay. Well, thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Johnny. And thank you, Adam. I wish you all well in your endeavors, and I'll keep in touch.
And
Yeah,
thank you.
thanks for having us.
This
Thank
is
you.
awesome.
Thank you, man.
It's a
Thank
lot
you
of
for having
fun.
us, man.
do
It's
it again.
awesome.
My pleasure, boys. I'll see you soon. Well, there you have it. Adam and the Metalhawks. Great to have them on. I'm a big fan of the band. Yeah, Joe, thank you. Glad you enjoy it. And it was great. Got to mix it up. Got to mix it up a little bit, man. You know, that's what we got to mix it up. And the next one we're going to be really mixing it up is on Sunday, November 14th. Of course, we got Sam Cutler, former tour manager for the Rolling Stones and for the Grateful Dead, coming on the show. 1 week from today, Andrew Klein will be on. Well, thank you. It was a great show. And I appreciate everybody hanging in there. And we made some new friends. We got to do that with the show once in a while. We got to meet some new friends, right? So that said, that was the New York Hardcore Chronicles live, and we'll see you soon. I'll be doing JJ French's book thing down at Generation Records on Saturday. Sunday, I'll be down at the Bowery Electric signing books at the big event, free show, all ages on the Bowery with Dog Eat Dog, Kings Never Die, Crazy Eddie, and Dead Crew. So that's good. Until then, my friends, my loved ones, do good things and good things will come to you.